In a valley without a name, a master blacksmith spends his life creating masterpieces without ever carving his signature into the cold, hard steel of his work. Far from the noise of the world, he works in the silence of the great mountains, seeking a dialogue between his soul and the roaring flame. Have you ever wondered why the most brilliant values are often forged in complete anonymity, away from the prying eyes of a judgmental and shallow society? Here, the rhythm of the hammer is the only music that matters, each strike a testament to a dedication that requires no audience to feel complete. He does not work for the cheers of a distant capital or the gold of kings. He works for the perfection found in the hidden details. Every fold of the metal represents a layer of patience, a quiet discipline that values the process more than the fame that might eventually follow it. In this sacred space, the ego dissolves into the work, leaving behind only the pure essence of craftsmanship and the quiet dignity of a job well done. True greatness does not need to shout its name. It whispers through the quality of its existence, standing firm even when no one is there to see. We are entering an era where the shadow of the work is often cast longer than the light of the worker, where anonymity becomes a rare power. In the bustling markets of our modern world, we are taught to crave recognition, to seek the hollow echoes of applause for every small step we take. We often mistake visibility for value, polishing the surface of our lives, while the core remains weak and unrefined, like a blade that breaks at contact. Applause is a sweet poison. It feels wonderful in the moment, but it can slowly erode the internal compass that guides us toward true excellence. We hurry to display our smallest achievements to trade them for digital validation, losing the depth of our character in the pursuit of temporary social approval. When the ego grows too large, it casts a shadow over the craft, blinding us to the subtle nuances and the honest mistakes that lead to mastery. Contrast this with the master who seeks no witness. His focus is sharp, his heart is quiet, and his hands are guided by a higher purpose. If we depend on the cheers of others to feel worthy, we become slaves to their whims, forever chasing the next hit of external dopamine. Real strength is forged in the cooling silence of self-reflection, where the heat of desire meets the cold reality of discipline and unwavering focus. The sharpest blades are not made through showmanship, but through the grueling, repetitive work that happens when the rest of the world is fast asleep. Choosing the path of depth over the path of display is the first step toward becoming a person of true substance and lasting impact. Anonymity is not a failure. It is a choice of strength. It is the ability to walk your path without needing the world to validate your stride. High emotional intelligence is the capacity to manage your own ego, to keep it in check when the siren song of fame tries to distract you. When you do something for the sake of the work itself, you reach a level of freedom that no amount of public praise can ever provide. The summit of mastery is found when the process becomes its own reward, when the joy of creation outweighs the desire for any external result. Your value is like a ripple in a deep lake. It moves quietly, but touches everything, even if the surface appears undisturbed to the casual observer. There is a quiet confidence in knowing who you are without needing the world to tell you, a bedrock of internal peace that nothing can shake. Mastery is a lonely road, but it is the only road that leads to the truth. It requires the sacrifice of the ego at the altar of excellence. Silence is the workshop of the soul. It is where we strip away the unnecessary and refine the essential parts of our character and our craft. True peaks do not need to scream their height. They simply stand, immovable and majestic, allowing the clouds and the sun to tell their story. Growth happens in the dark, beneath the surface, where no one is watching and no one is cheering. It is a slow and sacred process. To be nameless is to be limitless. When you are no longer bound by an image you must maintain, you are finally free to become everything. As the morning light floods the valley, the work of the night is revealed, not by a trumpet blast, but by its own silent perfection. He steps into the light, not seeking a stage, but simply enjoying the quiet satisfaction of a life lived with integrity and profound purpose. The blade does not need to boast of its sharpness. It simply cuts. It is the ultimate expression of a truth that needs no explanation. Look around you, and you will see the heroes of the everyday, those who build our world in the shadows, fueled by a quiet inner flame. Do not let the lack of applause discourage you. Let the quality of your work be your primary motivation and your greatest source of pride. Like the great mountains, your value is inherent and eternal. It does not fluctuate with the opinions of those who do not understand your journey. Keep forging, keep building, and keep growing in the beautiful silence of your own soul. Your time to shine will come naturally, without any force. Because in the end, the highest peak you can ever reach is not a place on a map, but the deep, lasting peace within yourself.